I am Artifacts Mars. Because of my financial situation, there's a 99% probability that this will be my last video. I wanted to share some observations I've noticed about Christianity over the years, and then I'm going to make a small announcement after that. First thing I've noticed is that Christianity shares some traits with American liberalism, and it's frightening how similar they are when you look at this analytically and critically. For example, Christianity has a hatred of wealth and worldly goods. At least they say they do. Yet if you look inside many of these churches, they're pretty expensive and ornate. That's number one. And, you know, if you look in the Democratic Party, they're having $10,000 plate dinners, however much, that kind of thing. So they share that basic hypocrisy, hatred of wealth. If you're well-to-do, then you're the enemy. Despite the fact that I actually once saw a group of Christians come to a church and they claim that they are living in poverty yet driving around Cadillacs. I mean, who do you think you're fooling? Okay, the second thing goes right along with this is that Christianity loves to see people in misery. It's part of the control mechanism. The same thing with American liberalism. There really isn't that much difference. American liberalism loves to keep people in misery because if they work to get them self-sufficient and happy, then there won't be any need for their services anymore. So it's a self-defeating system. And the same thing, basic thing with Christianity. Christianity wants people to be miserable. They want them to self-deprecate and say they're no good and they don't deserve anything better. And they use that as a tool to control. That's the basic, what they call a skinny on that religion. Another thing is that American liberalism has core constituency groups, various racial groups, homosexuality, all these different constituency groups. We know what they are, and I don't have to mention them. If you're a single white male, you're out, by the way, all the way out, if you know what I mean. And Christianity has its core constituency groups, which are the drunks, drug users, adulterers, you name it. And it goes back to that self-deprecation thing that I mentioned earlier. Alright. So, what do we have here? We have one more thing. Both of them want to proselytize themselves. Liberalism wants to proselytize by getting people, as many people as possible, to be miserable and poor and controlled by the state. Liberalism is basically controlled by the state, and that's what they do with all their constituency groups. Christianity does something similar, and they essentially recruit teams of white slaves. I'm not saying as a racial term, I'm saying white slaves as in they get them to do what they want, to proselytize the religion all over the face of the planet. It's eerie, the parallels between the two. It's the methods that are different. It's not the goals. And, you know, Christianity proselytizes a God that no one can prove exists. American liberalism proselytizes control by the state. But anyway, you look at it, it's racket. I mean, a church is essentially a business. They're selling life after death insurance. I never used to understand that, but now I do. See, I went to one church online, House of Prayer, asked them for help. They refused. I went to Lima Baptist Church in Lima, New York, and a Presbyterian church in Honeoye Falls, and got the same result. They flatly refused. And after thinking things over, looking at the religion, how they proselytize and all that, I have decided that I'm renouncing religion as of today. For what it's worth, it doesn't matter. Like I said, this will probably be my last video. I am renouncing religion, and I'm officially an agnostic as of today. Nothing earth-shattering here. But, you know, the Christian religion is one of all talk and platitudes and Bible verses. They don't even help their own, let alone anybody else. I've known a number of guys who were homeless, and they still interacted on SecondLife.com. And the church wasn't doing anything for them. They weren't trying to get them off the street, say, we'll fix you up with an apartment, we'll let you get a job, we'll help you get your life back in order. They weren't doing any of that. I'll pray for you. Problem is, every time somebody prayed for me, things got worse, not better. Every single damn last time, without exception. So, it's like I said, I am, as of today, an agnostic. I'm swearing off religion, and I'll continue searching for the truth as long as I draw a breath. But I am not going to engage in this self-deprecation nonsense that I don't deserve better. I can't live with that anymore. If you're want to get into the religion, just remember, they're going to make you into a white slave. That's not a racial term. Not exactly. It simply means that you will be expected to work and try to convert others into the system. It's almost like a big pyramid scheme in a way. Only the people at the top are the only ones that are benefiting. That's basically how a pyramid scheme works. So, like I said, I am officially an agnostic. Doesn't change my views on Mars. Doesn't change my views on politics. And I will never back down, as long as I draw a breath, about artifacts of Mars. Take care.